on Monday night, Kanye West brought all of his white supremacist friends, Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos, to talk with Tim Pool. Interesting. Now, Tim Pool, of course, claims to be a centrist. I'm an enlightened centrist. I'm in the middle of everything. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a disaffected liberal. Right. Sure. Now, during an interview, or this interview, Kanye, being big-brained as he is, brought up some very important and impactful topics that affect everyday working-class people. Oh, did I say important topics that affect working-class people? Actually, I didn't. No. I meant anti-Semitic. He brought up anti-Semitic comments. That helped no one. Now, that said, Tim Pool, always aware of making sure that his channels stay brand safe and filled with advertising, he decided to push back ever so slightly, which caused this to happen.
Yeah. I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they though? We can't say they is, can we?
Press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking about.
It is them though, isn't it? I mean, because
no.
because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone.
Beta male.
I was only about, 15, 20 minutes into this? Into what is normally like a 2-hour show plus what was hyped up to be an after show for paying members, which was supposed to be uncensored or whatever, unrestricted. What happened? What happened? No, he was gone. The slightest little, I don't use the same word the way that you do, because I know what you mean, but it doesn't mean what I mean. It was barely any pushback at all. Not even like, you know what? Anti-Semitism is bad. And here's why. No, none of that. Just the most little mealy-mouthed, pathetic, weak-ass little bitch stuff from Tim Pool. And that was enough to get Ye to walk out.
Beta male.
Weak. Sad. Baby. And again, the pushback wasn't even pushback. Because Tim Pool, again, he's like, well, I totally agree. You're being totally unfairly treated by the media. Gee, you wonder why the media is going after Kanye? Could it be all the virulent anti-Semitism he's spewing, blaming everything on the Jews? Could it be that, Tim? Could it be that? Moron, idiot, weak, sad, pathetic baby. All of them. My God. All of them. And said, you're so amazing. Yeah, thank you for being here and everything. I'm just not talking about the same thing you're talking about in the same way. Because I mean the corporate media, but it's not, you mean that you, this is where we're at. This is where we're at with right-wing media. That's conservative media. If you still are saying, but Tim Pool is a centrist. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you think he's a centrist, I got a bridge to sell you. I got an invisible jet to sell you.
The brand new F-35s, fighter jets. They're stealth. You can't see them.
You can't see them. I'll take $10 million, please. Idiots. How do you even know how to tie your shoes? Leave the house. If you can't see the obvious that's in front of you. Blind. But again, snowflake behavior, right? And what's funny is that we were always told by, again, the likes of Tim Pool and the likes of, people that are on the right wing, the problem the left, they're such snowflakes. They don't want to have conversations with anybody. We just want to have conversations. We just want to talk about things. But the left wants to shut us down all the time. Really? How many prominent leftists have accepted Tim Pool's invitation to go to the weirdo compound / skate park / maybe there's people buried in the back you don't know to debate Tim Pool in person. Several. And you know what? One example, Vosh. Vosh went there. He answered questions. The guy didn't storm out. He had a debate. But see, understand, Kanye is a snowflake. A sad, pathetic man who blames all of his problems and plays the victim. Guy had a brilliant career. And it pissed it all away. Because he's a moron. I don't know what Tim Pool was expecting when he invited literal neo-Nazis into his program. He should have known better than to platform them. But there you are. That's who Tim Pool is. And again, Tim Pool gave them the tiniest amount of pushback. He wanted to make sure not to push them too far in order to keep everything brand safe. In fact, here is Tim Pool admitting, I barely did any pushback.
Here's the thing. I'm getting criticized because they're like, Tim, why were you letting them say those things? I'm like, I barely pushed back.
I barely pushed back. What are you talking about? Barely. Yeah, I know that's the problem, Tim. That's the problem, Tim. You actually should have pushed back more. Because if Kanye was a little snowflake enough to leave, then you should have actually pushed back, but he wouldn't. He wouldn't. And again, Tim only pushes back enough to make sure that his channel stays brand safe on YouTube. That's why he wouldn't let the conversation go that far. And by the way, he made a lot of money. He makes a lot of engagement, clicks, views, super chats. Of course, now he's got the Groiper army on him. Those weirdos, the incels, that have never known the touch of a woman. And by the way, there's a reason Nick Fuentes come out and said, is having sex with women gay? Fellas, is it gay to have sex with women? And he says yes. I know we covered that video. Ridiculousness. It's the weirdo call. And they're all like, L Tim. I can't believe you would actually say, or say that kind of like anti-Semitism is wrong. Boo, Tim, boo. That's who they are. I don't think that's the average Tim Pool viewer. I'm being incredibly cheerful right now, guys. You know I am. But there's some overlap for sure. For sure. Now, the final thing, again, that shows you kind of how much of a coward Tim Pool is. We've already established that Kanye is a snowflake that is not interested in having any conversations, could never stand up. That's why his political campaign is just basically nothing more than a dumb stunt that's never going to go anywhere. It's going to get like 12 votes. But Tim Pool, after they left the studio, a Tim Pool associate confirmed that Milo Yiannopoulos, Nick Fuentes, and Kanye had all left the Tim Pool compound for good. That's right after he walked out, and then Yiannopoulos went to go and check on him to see if he's okay. Because he's out there crying in the parking lot or something. I don't know. And then the rest of them, Fuentes also leaves right afterwards. Now, this associate said that Kanye was complaining that he didn't get to talk enough. Oh, you were there for like 20 minutes. Yeah, you got to talk. Then you said some things that weren't exactly great. And just a tiny little pushback. Nope, had to leave. Had to go. Now, the Daily Beast Will Sommer also tweeted this about what happened. Tim Pool's entourage may lack the ideological nuance to required to understand what just happened after a Pool crony was dispatched to Kanye's waiting car and failed to win him back. They're accusing Kanye, get this, using left-wing rhetoric. Pool said he's deploying woke BS. Yes, that's right. Look at the leap of logic going on here. Somehow you have a show full of very rabid far-right wingers that gets derailed because of obvious anti-Semitism, the spouting of the literal Jewish question. Somehow it's wokeness' fault. It's the left. I can't believe the left would somehow just derail this show. How? Something wokeness. It's their fault, not ours. Ridiculous. But once again, here we are. Here we are.